Bobo C. Tiberius here, taking a look at Black-White Martyr Proc. So it is Tuesday, June the 2nd, as I start recording these videos. The companion nerf has just hit, and what I think is drawing me to this build of Martyr for now is the only thing that was really stopping it in my testing were the Lurrus decks, which I think there is still an outside likelihood that people are using companions. I don't think Lurrus is going to be one of them. That's my thought. I think the decks that relied on it were too concerned with value to use up 3 mana just to get it and then the 3 mana to cast it. I don't think that's how these fast aggro decks want to be spending their turns per se. I think so that really does bust this deck wide, bust the meta wide open for this deck. I do think this is a better list right now than mono white, though I could be wrong. But what I like that this gives us the availability of, obviously Sorin ends up being a slightly better proc in the sense that it can be cast to get back things that aren't 1-drops, so Rangers obviously. But what I like more is this version of the deck is far, far, far more synergistic than the mono white version of the deck. Synergistic particularly with the Heliod combo. In the mono white list, the Heliod combo seems kind of ratcheted in and just like we're hoping for it to go off. But with this list, Sorin makes it so we can go off with Walking Ballista immediately because it gives it lifelink. It gives other creatures life. It gives all of our creatures lifelink on our main phase, which makes Heliod a much scarier thing because it's giving counters a lot more judiciously, allowing us to get to the point where our Rangers are a lot scarier. But other than that, the only other thing it kind of does is it offers Orzhov Charm, which is an amazing removal spell. But that can be put in pretty quickly with the flex slots we were using in mono white. It also opens up the sideboard, but I'm not utilizing that sideboard all that much. The only thing I'm really using it for is Kambal, which I think against control decks, if that can resolve, it just is an incredible, incredible card. Not to mention how easily it pairs with Heliod. Anytime they cast a non-creature spell, we're getting a counter on a creature, and it can be bought back with Sorin. It is borderline main deckable for me. That's how good it is. The only reason it's not in the main deck is how little we have in terms of slots. The other thing from the sideboard, this having access to black mana does allow us to not have to take life to activate Hex Parasite. Other than other changes that come in from mono white, I am bringing back the Kami just because Sorin. There were some games in my testing where if I had a Kami, I would have been a lot happier with how the game goes. I had a Walking Ballista ready to pop off, and we just lost because we couldn't stop them from coming in with go wide creatures. So that was it could be not a great call, but I think it's going to end up being pretty strong for us. And the only thing that it costs us is moving a Winds of Abandon to the sideboard. There's some argument in terms of sideboard as to whether these Celestial Purges and Disenchants should be Castigates, which is an incredible card. I haven't seen where I would rather have a Castigate rather than one of these. It's just so rare that I'm in the position to keep a hand that has Castigates. And a lot of what I'm castigating can get off before I'm able to cast the Castigate, so to speak. So that's why we're not leaning too much on black mana in the sideboard. Other than that, the mana package is pretty much the same. Instead of 4 and 4 Field of Ruin and Ghost Quarters, just because we want to be able to activate Emeria, we're down to 3 and 3. If we go further than that, it ends up cutting a Mistveil Plains and a regular Plains, which gets us as far down as 3 basic Plains, which I'm not happy with in an Emeria deck, and I don't want to cut Cavern of Souls. So that's kind of where I'm at with this list. Really excited about it. I think it does fare a little bit better in the format than mono white right now, and very, very excited to get to play it. It has been really fun in my non-recorded testing, so I'm excited to see how it does in the post-companion meta, if that's even a thing. We could just play against 5 companion decks because they're not banned. And I do think Control can afford... some of the control decks that were using Urian can still afford to use Urian, and the payoff to bounce an Uro, bounce Astrolabes still seems pretty okay. So we'll see how it goes. I'll see you in the first video. Thanks for watching.